Okay, welcome, Elona. So we're having our 10-minute conversation with Dr. J. It is Youth Month, so I've been having conversations with young people, especially the young people that I mentor, just to hear about their journey and find out as to how they've been coping, and then understand their experience in terms of mentorship. But generally what you find with mentorship is that it gets mixed up. So when people talk about mentorship, in the same line they talk about coaching. And if you are a young entrepreneur, you have to decide whether to get a coach or to get a mentor. You'll get confused because it gets used interchangeably. So you've been in the space as a coach, as a mentor, so you know both sides of the story. So what is your understanding of what the difference is between the two?
Hi, Dr. J. I'm happy to be included here. It makes me feel young.
You are young. We'll assume you are young.
Yeah, I'm owning it. Thank you. So in terms of coaching and mentoring in the SMME space, this has been a conversation that's going on for long. And you're right that sometimes somebody meets a mentor and they walk away saying, I had a great coaching from somebody. And the definitions get mixed up. But basically, mentorship is when I go and share my experience, my specific experience. Let's say I meet somebody who is a coach, an emerging coach, and they would like to know, how do I start my business? What do I look out for? What are the things that I shouldn't do? That is mentorship, because they are looking specifically to learn from what I've experienced. Okay. And so if we're going by that definition, I cannot mentor an engineer because I'm not an engineer. Okay. However, and that is on engineering aspects. Mm-hmm. However, if we were to take a coaching definition, when I meet that SME, what I'm doing is coaching the individual, coaching the business through the individual. So basically we work with the person that's come to you, the owner, get them to a space where they can unlock. They already have the idea, they have the passion, but something is blocking them, they're feeling stuck. So firstly, you get them to a space of identifying, where is the block? Is it an internal block? Is it in you as the owner? And examples of that could be saying, oh, I can't get funding. It's difficult to get funding. And when you unpack that to say, where's the difficulty? Where have you applied? What else have you tried? And in that line of questioning, for example, who else has received funding? Is it difficult for everybody? Is it difficult just for you? You take them through a thought process where then they recognize that, yes, there's feature a coach, a mentor, and a technical specialist. The technical specialist will be different for every business. So if you're in a renewable energy business and you know 80% of the things you need to know, there's certain things that you don't know, but they're necessary for your business, the technical specialist will come in that. Or an HR person, you're a small business, you're employing people and you have no idea about the labor laws. Who has moved from a small dressmaking business to a bigger one would be able to give you step-by-step access, right? To say, this is what you do when you want to grow. So that's when you really want to know, what do I do that's specific to the output? Okay. In our field, a coach, a junior coach will come and say, okay, how do I do my pricing? How do I do my marketing? I'm still mentoring because that is specific to how do you do it? It's very useful information. It helps you with risks, with things that you should avoid. It doesn't mean throw away your original dream. You are collecting information that will add to what you already have, and you still implement that idea that you had. So it's not useless to approach a mentor who hasn't gone as far as you have or gone as specific as you want to go, because there's very valid information. You don't have to make all the mistakes yourself. You can learn from mentors. So it's just about knowing what is the problem that's driving me and what am I going to do with the information after they've given me. Does it mean when I meet my coach, I throw away everything I ever thought of and take everything they say? Does it mean if I get trained on a specific model, everything else I've learned I throw away? So it's about the entrepreneur always knowing at the top of mind, where am I going with the business? What is the end goal? And each time you meet somebody for advice, for guidance, and you are clear, what is it that I want from this person and how is the business going to benefit from it? And so that's carrying the responsibility as the SME and not the mentor.
Okay. I like the fact that you say if you've got a mentor, you kind of limited to grow as much as that mentor has grown, because you are depending on that person's experience for you to navigate or to grow your business. So it's very useful then to look at, if this mentor has gone till this level, then if I'm taking this mentor as my mentor, what else can I do to make sure that I can go beyond the level of the mentor that I have, especially if you've got a mentor that does not have coaching skills, because coaching also is not automatic that when you are a mentor you are a coach. So you need to have gone through the training to be a coach, to be able to unleash people's potential and see the change in their businesses or in their lives. So I like that. I wanted to stress that, because most of the time we assume that mentors are all that we need, and we benchmark our businesses according to the mentor's success, and we don't see anything beyond that mentor success. So you have to dream bigger than your mentor. And
yes, definitely.
it will help. And if you've got a mentor that is not selfish, that mentor won't have a problem with you dreaming and pursuing things that are bigger than what he has achieved. So
yes,
how can then an entrepreneur or a young person choose a mentor? So you want a mentor. What are the key few things, except the fact that the problem that you're trying to address drives you? Now you're looking at the person, you see Elona, you think Elona can be my mentor. What are the things that you need to assess to make the final decision to say Elona can be a best mentor for me?
Okay, so when you say somebody is going to select a mentor and they're going to look them up, I am hoping, in addition to that, that person owns their journey. Oftentimes, people will ask you to, I've been asked, can you mentor me? And I'm saying, sure, send me an email. But that person doesn't even have the initiative to set up the meeting. They are expecting the mentor to drive everything. A successful mentorship relationship is when the mentee drives it, because it will go as far as your passion leads. You are clear that actually in this case, I have more to gain than the mentor has. I'm taking off their time and so on. And that is one thing to make your mentorship relationship work. And in terms of looking them up, I would look at somebody that is doing in the industry in which I want to go to. Go have conversations with them, look at their profile, look at their legacy, look what they've done, what they've been through, and see what is it, and be clear, what is it that I want to learn from them. So don't just go there and say, can you mentor me? And when they say, what do you want to be mentored on? So I don't know, I just want to do what you're doing. For me, that's usually that you're not yet clear on what you need to grow into, what your problem is. So look at, let's say you want to change career and you're looking, let's say you want to change from an employed person to self-employed, and you are specific, you want to open an ECD. Look at somebody that's done that. They may not necessarily need to have been employed
So she will ask, so you said you want to do this, how far are you? How is it going? But Nama will initiate and go to her and say, this is what I've done since our last meeting. This is where I am. This is what I'm struggling with and all that. And that is something that I find lacking sometimes with mentees, the initiative to drive the process and knowing what they want to get out of that mentorship. So some is like, I just come to you and say, be my mentor. And then the minute you say yes, then it's your problem. then you must see how you mentor me. So I think just to add to what you have said, don't be restricted by where the person is, and also drive the process. Don't wait for the mentor to drive the process. Tell them what you're looking for, what you want, because they don't know. You are the one who knows what you want. And if you feel also, you don't have to stay in a mentorship forever. If I meet you, I think we are ideal. 2 months down the line, I feel my selection was not good. Just go look for another one until you find the what they call it in coaching. They do what they call chemistry session.
Matching, yes.
Yes, and sometimes you find the chemistry is just not there. It's just not working.
Yeah.
So, and also in coaching, I just wanna just for a few minutes, coaching. So, if an entrepreneur decides that they're going to look for a coach, people talk about business coaching, they talk about executive coaching. And then the other day when we were talking, you mentioned that there is also entrepreneurial coaching. Do you want to say something about the 3 different types and as to which one, how they differ and which one is best for young startups?
Okay, so I think since we've established that sometimes the titles get muddled up, in academic literature, there's quite a lot of literature where you look for business coaching, and only when you've read it's actually talking about executive coaching. So executive coaching is coaching executives that are employed in corporates. So the reason it's called a business coach because they're coaching them in a business context. But the purpose there is to enhance their performance as employees in an established business. They are not owners. They may be strategy drivers, but they are not owners of the business, and they are not at the same level of expertise as your startups most times. So if, let's say, we were rigid with our example, with our models and how we approach it, then I cannot use the same approach with an exec in a blue chip multinational and use it with a startup who's just at ideation stage and literally started 2 months ago. So with business coaching as well, it's often referred to as coaching senior people like your MDs who own businesses that are established. So what the differentiation has been is the entrepreneurial coaching looks at those that are probably in business incubators, early startups, or maybe they are less than 10 years old, they want to grow. There is a difference that we even see in the output of the 3 different environments that we've spoken about. So the difference lies in not where is the coaching being done, but what is the purpose? What is the reason that that business person is being coached? So the executive is being coached to grow, to make more meaning in the boardroom, to have their voice heard, to establish their leadership skills and so on. Your entrepreneur is not looking for that at this stage. They're looking for business skills and growing their startup. So it's very important to establish when you're looking and saying, I'm looking for a business coach. Yes, it doesn't limit you that somebody that's coaching corporate cannot coach you as a startup, but it's not executive coaching.
Okay. Thank you. I think that's it for today, and I hope the young entrepreneurs out there will find this useful. And as they decide to get a mentor or a coach, then they can at least make informative decision. Thank you very much for making the time to have the conversation with me. That was Miss Elona Tlajwayo. She's a PhD candidate at West Business School. She's studying her focus is on coaching and looking at coaching specifically on the SMME and incubation space. So she's got the credentials to talk about coaching and entrepreneurs and all that. So I hope you find that useful, and enjoy the Youth Month. And thank you very much for listening and watching. Thank you.
Thank you.